rivers flood, or when hazardous materials spill. Remember this. The new Alberta Emergency Alert.
In October of 2011, Alberta kicked over to the Alberta Emergency Alert, ostensibly based on the American Emergency Alert System, while most of the rest of Canada stuck with the old EPWS. This system goes for a basic, streamlined NOAA weather radio-styled alert, complete with wonky robo-voice.
Is it English and French?
This is an Alberta Emergency Alert. Municipal District of Foothills number 31 has issued a wildfire alert.
In 2015, Canada's civil defense broadcasting systems were
How
consolidated
does that-
into one system, namely the National Public Alerting System, better known as Alert Ready.
Alert shit.
This system retains all the hallmarks of the
Captainies.
Alberta Emergency Alert, right down to the wonky, often unintelligible robo-voice.
3 is closed at Mackenzie Boulevard intersection due to fire breaching highway access point. Mandatory evacuation now in effect for downtown except McDonald Island, Thickwood, Creekwar, Upascent, Grayling Terrace.
The Australian brand of civil defense broadcasting is a bit more, shall we say, nebulous. Their, if you will, system is known as the Standard Emergency Warning Signal, or SEWS, or SOWS in archive land. As best as I can gather, this is just as stated, a warning signal and nothing more. No particular protocol or anything. Also, as best as I can gather, this system dates as far back as the 1970s, but wasn't made official until May of 1995. The earliest example I can find of the SEWS in action dates to February of 1990.
Hello, John Sluter again from the Bureau with the latest situation on Tropical Cyclone Nancy.
Starting around 2010, the SEWS was expanded to telephones in a sort of reverse 911. Just as stated, a warning signal and nothing more. No particular protocol or anything. Also, as best as I can gather, this system dates as far back as the 1970s, but wasn't made official until May of 1995. The earliest example I can find of the SEWS in action dates to February of 1990.
Cyclone warning.
Hello, John Sluter again from the Bureau with the latest situation on Tropical Cyclone Nancy.
Starting around 2010, the SEWS was expanded to telephones in a sort of reverse 911 thing. These became mandatory on all phones, cell and landline, starting around 2013.
Landline telephones for 45 seconds. And if unanswered, a second attempt is made. If you have an answering machine, there is no guarantee that a message will be left. Telephone typewriter services, or TTY, are not supported by
one of the largest earthquake drills ever.
I'm doing.
This is an earthquake drill. Right now, drop, cover, and hold on.
Like Australia, New Zealand's system seems to be pretty loose. So loose I can't even find a proper name for it. The closest I can find is simply New Zealand Civil Defense. I can only guess that this is a fairly recent development, as I can't find anything that dates farther back than 2015. And this would actually make sense, given that New Zealand had been through some pretty brutal natural disasters in the early 2010s.
Started to calm down a little bit, and are just slowly making their way out of town in a pretty much calm fashion.
This is a civil defense message. Please stay tuned for further announcements.
Over the last past 6 years, I found a precious few broadcasts from Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. Concrete information on these systems hasn't exactly been forthcoming, but here's the very little that I found. I found 2 quasi-civil defense broadcasts from Mexico, both pertaining to earthquakes, known as Alerta Sismica, or Seismic Alert. As best as I can gather, with the help of Google Translate, these stem from the Mexican Seismic Warning System, or SASMEX, which was implemented in 1995.
Saudi Arabia.
Civil defense in the Eastern Province has sounded the danger alarm siren. Please proceed as follows.
From 1957 to 1998, Saudi Arabia's first, and for a long time only, TV station was
Channel 3.
known as Aramco TV.
Better back and wash my hands real quick. Yeah? Yes, mother. I'm live. I don't know. Nothing. I'll see ops. Or 20,000 pound bull nugget. Or I don't know. Bought this Luva loop and it doesn't even work. Who put the spring in a Luva loop? Candy hopping? I don't know. I'll put it on your channel. You want to? You on our channel. Yeah. Want to do that? You can do that. You want to do that? You can do it tomorrow. Want to do it today or tomorrow? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay? Order a spoon for me. Or think my mind. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So you want to do a video there or not? We should do a video. Live stream? What do we want to do it? We'll do it? Want to do that? Our viewers have to watch the channel, okay? You know, you record it, right? If you record it, you live, yeah. You live? Want to do it today or not? I think you get a seconds around do live. Okay, we'll do it. Okay. I'm gonna finish what we're doing right now, right? And we'll do it once we do it, okay? Okay, today? Alright, for now. I put an electric. Okay, I'm almost done. Just stop it on that, okay? I'll be done in 2 minutes. I think it's music on, they're done. Okay, I'm done.